Okay. So I'm just sharing about living a joyous life. Uh, oh, what I mean by living a joyous life, joyous means that at the center of everything in your life, the primal factor is joy. Whatever choices you make in your life, the primary, the middle factor is always joy. When we are choosing in our life, we see that whether this will be. Uh, can I request everyone to mute themselves and then I can continue? Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So when we say leading a joyous life, means keeping joy as a central factor while making every choice in your life. And what do I mean by joy? Joy is different from happiness, as we know happiness. Happiness is always dependent on something outside of you. Your happiness is not an independent factor. Happiness isn't with a thing or a person or a situation. It's always dependent on circumstances outside of you. But joy is a central core natural nature, which brings a sense of aliveness in you. And if you are alive while making that choice in your life, that means that it's coming from a space of joy. If you can feel that sense of aliveness, and there's another element to sense of aliveness, a sense of aliveness, which is your body opens up, your space opens up, you feel lighter, and the sense of lightness comes from one thing. Energetically, whenever something is true for you, you feel expanded, you feel alive, and that whenever you have imposed a sort of lie is not an informational lie or a factual lie means that which gives you sense of limitation. Whenever you buy anything which is not a complete truth for you, you will feel a sense of contractedness, and that is a lie. And whenever we buy to such lies, and that lie comes from a space of limitation. So, for example, you're going to choose a job opportunity or a business opportunity, and you're making, you're asking the primal question that I'm asking you to do, which is, does this bring me joy? I'm choosing this. Whatever thing has come up in your life, you're asking this question: will this bring joy to my life? And then, so that I can go ahead and choose this. So, if if you have put multiple factors in your life, multiple layers of conditioning, that I am doing this or I'm choosing this because of this, or what I know about myself, then my worth is this much only. Or so you have set a certain set of standards which you have borrowed from your conditioning, but you, at the same point in time, something feels contracted within you. You know you're worth more, but you're not choosing what you're deserving because in the back of your mind, your conditioning has made you believe in your sense of unworthiness, or you have set limitations to what is possible in your world. Whenever you set limitations to the possibilities, you curb down your real inner core power. You buy into that lie, and when we buy into those lies, that's when you are trying to suppress the ultimate truth. And what is an ultimate truth? That you are limitless. Your body can be limited. You have limitation towards physical things that you can do, but your being does not have any limitation. Your being is free. But when we put limitations on our being by believing that, okay, my limitation of my mental limitation is this only, I cannot do this, I'm only worth this, I don't deserve this, I'm not good enough. All these things, when we buy all those, which is coming out of our own conditioning or circumstances that happened in the past, and we bought them and we to be real and truth forever, they are lies that are imposed upon ourselves. And whenever we put lies on our beings feels shrink. And what happens the first thing that happens is we curtail our sense of aliveness. And that's when the joy is missing. Whenever joy is missing, what is missing? Joy is missing, connection is missing. Connection is missing in the relationship because you're not alive within yourself. You're always suppressed and bounded by the limitations you're carrying. And when connection is missing, your self-expression is missing. So in the human world, in the one-on-one relationship, your sense of connection is missing. So self-expression is missing. So your expansion as a being is missing. Your evolvement as a being is missing. So when we especially, a lot of people always have concern about money and finances. So one basic core fundamental is money follows joys and joy does not follow money. We have this belief that when we'll have money, we'll be joyful, but it's actually other way around. When we are joyous, when we are expansive, when we are alive, we bring in possibilities into our world which are incoherent with our true nature, which are in coherence with who we are meant to be on the planet, and we are using our fullest potential as a being, and that is what makes us alive, and that's what attracts people towards us. That is what allow us to contribute to more and more and more people, and the more and more we are able to contribute, money follows as a byproduct spontaneously. And the more joyous we can be, the more sense of connections, possibility, money, whatever you see in your life is just a byproduct. And the core suppressor of joy is us buying into any limitation, buying into an identity that we always believe ourselves as to. And what is an identity? An identity is nothing but a limited set of box we set ourselves into. I belong from this culture, so I cannot do this. I belong from this ethnicity. I belong from this caste. My color is this, or my belief systems are such. Everywhere, wherever you have solidified yourself, but your being is free. When you were born, God never labeled you with any identity. He never put any names, caste, creed, boundaries, borders onto you. Your being is free. But when we buy all that lies that has happened here, when we had to socially perform well, and we kept buying all those lies or kept buying all those conditioning all the time, and we kept believing into it too. We kept limiting ourselves into a boundary over and over again. And that's the boundary which keeps cutting our cord from being joyous, which keeps sucking away our inner power. And our inner power is always lies into sense of aliveness. And that hence is for the result is joy. So whenever you feel like you're stuck, whenever you feel that you can't move, you can't see the way through, just ask yourself one question. What are the lies that I'm telling myself here? What are the lies that I'm telling myself here? And you will get that whatever limitation you are imposing upon yourself, that's not truth. You just need to come out of that. You just need to come out of that. Yes. I'm so happy to share this with you, to be able to share this morning with you. Should we continue? I think it's supposed to be like 20 minutes, right?
Yes. Thank you, Harshita. Great sharing.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, we can continue. We still have 10 minutes.
Okay, it's 30 minutes?
No, it's 5:40, right? So we still have 10 more minutes.
Some experiences cause us to forget that we have to live in joy. It is sometimes we have to go in for mood shifters. We have to identify our mood shifters. Even if we are in an upset mood, we should identify the mood shifters. Really get into that joy mode.
Absolutely.
We have
Thank
to
you very
fake
much.
it to make
Great
it.
sharing. Great sharing indeed.
I think we have to just fake it to make it. Joy is a state of mind, or happiness, or laughter. We all have to just create for ourselves.
Yeah, and I would say you never have to pick it, because what is true for you, it's so true. It's so
Yeah,
natural. It's so
correct.
natural. Only a lie is an unnatural. A limitation is an unnatural imposed thing. When we feel stuck, when we feel sense of irritation, it's coming always from a sense of lie that we have bought about ourselves. That is actually not true. A core of us know that our we does deserve more. We are way more worthy. We are way more expansive being than what we are believing ourselves to be in. For example, the just for a few seconds, my other brother was sharing about, like, when the upset happens. So we believe that whenever upsets happens in our life, for a moment we believe this is it. There's no way around it. We feel so stuck, and that why, when we are feeling stuck, we believe for that particular moment, we believe us to be that much being only, like, we set boundaries around that upset, that because this has happened in our life, there's no other way around of it. So that feels heavy, because it's a lie. There are so many millions of possibilities. We are never stuck. But what is the lie that we are believing when we are inside of an upset, is that there is no possibility. There's no possibility. So when we cut the cord out of possibility, we are sucking the sense of joy and then sense of aliveness out of it, buying constantly into what's happening as an outside reality to the ultimate reality. Okay, we need to acknowledge, okay, this has happened. This is the current state of whatever the situation is, internal, external. Maybe you're hurt, and maybe you had an accident, you have a physical limitation to operate. So certain possibilities are contained, but there are still millions of possibility. Lockdown happened. There are some things you can't do with your family, with your home, or with your business, or with your work. But there are millions of other things you can explore. So whenever we buy into any limitation, we feel stuck. We feel we feel that something is contracting. You need always, when you're contracted inside, you're feeling irritated, you're feeling a sense of upset has taken over your mind and body, just check, what is the lie I'm buying here? Because in truth, you are an energetic being. You're made of, this body is made of atoms, and atoms is 99.99% energy. We are limitations. There's no sense of limitations to at least our being. And as an energy being, whenever our real nature is an energy being, and energy is free to move. And whenever we curtail our sense of freedom by believing in anything other than uh, the most natural reality of us, which is we are eternal free being. This is our fundamental core reality. But whenever we believe that something is not possible for us, energetically or mentally, we buy into all boxed limitations, and we identify ourselves with, okay, let's suppose someone got divorced. I cannot love someone else, anytime. There's so many millions of limitations we buy all the time, and we impose that on ourselves. And that's when the chain of suffering happens. The chain of suffering is nothing but our own belief in our limited identity. And an identity is nothing but a set of belief system we create around ourselves. And if you'll see, go deeper into layers of conditioning that we have been buying all the time, especially judgments of others, our most so our most innate fears, our most fundamental sense of traumas, pain, suffering is mostly borrowed. Your body can feel certain sense of fears. Your body can feel certain sense of contraction all the time when somebody comes you and behave with you in a certain manner. When you don't feel loved, when you don't feel appreciated, when you don't feel acknowledged. But what is that is coming? What is the root and the past of the cause of it? Is coming from the past incidents whenever you did not feel love for the first time as a child. So everything is the judgments of others that we kept borrowing. Somebody in childhood told you that you're not good enough, you're not worthy. You were in school, you said you're not a good student, you're not a good this, you're not good, and we started buying it and we stored it inside our body. That's when somebody, even in our adulthood, imposed similar sense of judgment onto us. Either we react to prove other person wrong, or we react internally to prove ourselves that no, this is not true. But it's not about sense of proving. It is about staying in your with your truest nature, which is you're internally free. You're not dependent on anything else. You're not dependent on judgments of others to validate you all the time, to be who you are. You are who you are. You were born free. You're born eternal. You're born expansive. You're born alive. You are not at the mercy of validation from others, acknowledgement from others, joy from any sense of appreciation from others. If it is available, it's superb. If it's a natural phenomena in your world, it's superb. But the beauty of it is, once you start leading your life from your true nature, what is truth for you, which is your aliveness, this brings joy to you, that's why you're doing this. There's no other reasons required for making any choice in the world. Neither validation of other people, nor factual validations, nor rational validations, or whatever. If you want rational validations or logical validations for your choices, you can have that as a support structure if your mind feels like that. But if you keep following your joy, you're doing this without any reason, because this is just connecting to me. This just feels true for me. And you keep following that energy of joy in life. All that you seek in life, whether love, appreciation, acknowledgement, or whatever, follows naturally, because it's a natural, when you watch a flower of rose, it's just blossoming spontaneously, and the appreciator comes, whoever likes the fragrance of the rose, likes the fragrance, likes the colors of the rose. Somebody comes, there are haters all the time, and they say, what a rubbish rose. But rose is just blossoming out of his natural phenomena. The colors, the fragrance, the way it is designed, the velvet texture is a natural phenomena. The rose does not know any other way to be. Why does we as human know any other way to be limited? Why are we limited by our around surroundings and environment? And there are factors that impose upon us all the time, external factors and external environment. But we can always choose to go beyond that. We can always choose to whether buy into the judgments of others, of us, or even buy into the judgments that we have imposed upon ourselves. I don't look good. My body shape is not this much. I cannot operate like this. Or my capacity is this much only. I can't speak up in front of so many people. All that judgments about your own self that we have buy. So when you letting go of judgments of others, of you and yourself, the judgments you have imposed upon yourself or borrowed from everywhere, when you go beyond that, you transcend your natural environment, your environment which is created out of artificiality. You enter into your natural environment, your natural essence. And the more you're connected to your natural essence all the time, the result is just one, and that is your joy as your natural practice. So just follow your joy. Just follow what brings you joy, and life will never be the same. That's the core fundamental. Keep joy as a center of your life. That's all.
Wow,
Thank you.
Harshita, that was just
Thank you, Harshita.
superb and very, very profound and so powerful. And the way you conducted the message, it was just hats off to you. At such a young age, you have this kind of, inside depth. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Harshita.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
I am
Harshita, for a
joyous today.
wonderful.
I am joyous. I'm
Thank
full
you,
of joy.
Harshita. It was
Thank
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Harshita ji.
Thank you.
powerful. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Harshita ji. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Harshita.
Guys, एक मिनट, आप प्लीज सब म्यूट पर जाइए. थैंक यू हर्षिता जी. हमें आगे भी आपका ऐसा ही सपोर्ट लगेगा. दैट वाज रियली ग्रेट हियरिंग यू. सो वी विल क्लोज दिस कॉल ऑन टाइम. हम कल मिलेंगे.
Just 1 minute, Swanand. I want to acknowledge Harshita. If we will not acknowledge sufficiently to Harshita, that's not. Sorry, I am not on video call. मैं माफी चाहता हूँ. आज मैं traveling कर रहा हूँ. लेकिन Harshita, you are extraordinary. Thank you very much. Like आज आपसे माफी भी चाहते हैं कि आपका हम introduction नहीं कर पाए. I was in traveling, लेकिन आपके introduction की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Harshita means courage. Harshita means joy. Harshita means everything. That's how you are. Thank you very much for being so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Swanand, for conducting the call. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank
Harshita.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neeraj. Thank you.
Love you, Harshita.
Thank you.
God bless you always. It was
Have a
awesome.
great
Thank you
day.
so much.
Thank you, Harshita ji. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Will
Thank
we
you.
get recording? Will we get
Thank you,
recording?
Harshita.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
we will
Harshita.
send you the
Thank you.
recording. We will
Yes,
send you
thank
the
you.
recording.
Thank you.
Superb.
Okay.
Thank you so
Superb.
much. Thank you
I'm
very
full of
much.
joy. I'm full of joy. Superb.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yes.
Thank you. Stay joyous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.